something massive is brewing. Like, seriously. Now, if you wasn't around in the last hype cycle of the bull cycle 2021, we saw massive coins do 1000x gains through Bluezilla's launch pads. And I'm telling you now, there's another coin I'm about to share with you, or project that could potentially do a 1000x gain in the next coming cycle. Guys, do I have your attention? Welcome back to Crypto Gains. Drop that like, give me subscribe, best believe. Trying to get you in early. This is not a joke. I'm telling you now, this one can seriously probably do a 1000x gains like many projects did on the Bluezilla ecosystem. Bluezilla's woken up. The beast is back. Guys, let me just explain what's going on here. This is not financial advice. Do your further research. Something is brewing underneath the tables. You can't see it, but I need to show you it because I'm lifting up the blanket. I promise you I'm normal. AiPad. AiPad recently just came out. And I'm talking recent, last couple of days. Let me just pause this for a second, you best believe. Welcome to AiPad, the revolutionary launch pad focused on delivering the best artificial intelligence projects in crypto. So many games blew up on launch pads just like this one on the Bluezilla ecosystem because many people were getting in early on these launch pads to buy them. And I think that future artificial AI coins are going to absolutely explode on this launch pad right here. And if you want to get in, again, this is not financial advice, but I can't stress this to you, and you're going to see other big YouTubers talk about this. AiPad is going to be your golden ticket to getting in on these AI crypto projects to come all through the 2023 bull cycle. I'm hyped for this, and you know I am. You can see it. So let's talk about this. Meta VPad is absolutely exploding. Why? Because Meta VPad is one of the Bluezilla launch pads that you can get involved in to participate on the next IDOs. So let's pay attention to this. This is going to be launched on, your ID on your launch pads like Meta VPad, Game Zone, which I've got here as well. And just to confirm, I came over to the Game Zone Twitter because I want to see what's going on. And they retweet this. AiPad. They're retweeting this. So, pay attention to what Bluezilla's doing. Bluezilla's come back. Beast has woken up. And I'm telling you now, this can be fierce. It's not even a joke. Because you saw it. You saw the punch that we saw with all these other tokens that got launched on it. So I need to break down, what kind of tiers you should consider getting into if you want to get involved. Let's take a look at Meta VPad. They also retweeted this. AiPad. So AiPad has definitely done some sort of partnership with Bluezilla. And just to confirm, I want to see what's going on Bluezilla over here. Did they say anything? What? You best believe! I'm going to shout, upset all my neighbors. If Bluezilla's retweeting this, you best believe something is brewing. Patrons. Let me just refresh my notifications. Patrons see this first. And if you don't want to miss out, become a patron. I'm going to make sure they're ready for this. We are getting in on this IDO. I don't know about you, but I am. I do not want to miss out on the gains. This one seriously could have 1000x gains, and it's not a joke. We saw even Meta VPad. When Meta VPad launched on the Bluezilla ecosystem, this coin here, 1000x people's money, changed many people's lives. And you want to get in on the highest tiers of these projects. Now, let me just got to keep it real. I remember buying Meta VPad when it was stupidly high. Let me show you. Prices like right up here. 17 pence. And it cost a lot of money back then to be buying Meta VPad tokens to get into the tiers. And I'm telling you now, this is going to spark higher. This is just the beginning. This is going to have an insane run because of what's to come. Let me just show you this. If you were to, because the highest tier for Meta VPad, and I'll show you this in a second, 180,000 tokens. If this goes just back to 10 pence, I'll keep it real, 5 pence. If this goes to 5 pence, 0.05, to bag 180,000 Meta VPad, it's going to set you back 9 grand. People ain't got that. And it's going to go back there. Trust me. This is what I'm saying right now. Pay attention, because you can bag 180,000 Meta VPad right now. And again, not financial advice, £1,400. It's still a lot of money, but this is going to secure you the highest tier. Let me open up and show you what I mean. Because in order to participate in these new launch pads to come and new IDOs and stuff, you need to have the right tier. So let me scroll right down. Let's have a look at the tiers. Right here. So you can bag 30,000 of these tokens, but if you have 30,000, you need to do this whitelisting requirements. You need to, like the posts, comment and retweet and all that. But if you just go for the highest tier, the architect tier, and again, not financial advice, you don't do none of that. You just stake your tokens, earn some passive income whilst you're waiting, chilling, and then you just, just chill back. Chill, wait for the IDO to launch, and bang, you buy the tokens and then watch the pump come, right? And you get the highest allocation as well, right? Guaranteed allocation, right? So, I mean, you can, if you want to go for the 30K, go for that, because how much is 30K going to set you back right now? It's cheap, stupidly cheap. 30,000, 240 quid. For the lowest tier of Meta VPAD, 240 quid if you want to get the lowest tier. This is pumping. And to prove it, look at this, 342% in 7 days. I don't even care. I'm telling you now, this is a good buy, and this is just the beginning of what's to come with Meta VPAD, because you will see it go back, 2 pence, 3 pence, 5 pence, 7 pence, 8 pence. You're going to see it rise, and you're going to be like, damn, I wish I just bought it here so I can participate in this IDO here way before it happened. So, I mean, they have a whitelist as well that you can check out, the whitelisting, but this is going to be limited to a few people. They're going to select a few people. So if you really want to get in, you need to get in on these IDOs. Like, you got to get in on these blue zillas. The beast has woken up and you need to get involved on these things. Let's take a look at Game Zone. The highest tier for Game Zone, sorry, I just moved it out of the thing. You need to have 125,000 tokens. Let me just show you Game Zone. So Game Zone's here, and you have to do KYC for both of them. So, stake your tokens, that's a requirement, and go through the KYC process. It's, it's standard, right? So Game Zone, look, these are the tiers. So you can have 1,000 to 5,000, and that's a lottery dip. If you're lucky, you get a lottery pick. They might just pick you to be part of the IDO. But I don't think that's worth it. You're better off going for the 20,000 minimum. I mean, you get the smallest, you get one of the small pool weights, but you're guaranteed allocation for this AiPad when it launches. And just think of all the artificial intelligent projects that are going to come out on this AiPad. Like, seriously. So pay attention to this. 20,000 tokens is the bare minimum that I would say people go for on Game Zone. Let's just have a look at Game Zone. Game Zone has had an insane pump as well. People are paying attention. They're underneath the table, looking underneath the table, and I'm lifting the table up for you so you can see. 140% in 14 days. 20,000 of these tokens. It's going to set you back 550 quid. If you can afford it. If you can afford it, go for the highest tier, because you're going to get the biggest pull weight, the highest amount of allocation. These guys with the 20,000, you'll probably be able to put $5, $10, something like that, because with these IDO launches, you don't get a chance to put much money in, because everybody wants a piece of the action, right? Everybody wants a piece of the pie. But when you go for this high tier, you can put a lot more. So, if you do put, let's say, $200, and it does 1,000x, well, $200 times 10 is $2,000, times 100 is $20,000, times 1,000 is $200,000. I'm just saying, even $100 could absolutely change your life. $100 can turn to 100,000 if it 1,000x's. So $100 times 10 is 1,000, times 100 is $10,000. Yeah! If you can afford it. That's all I'm saying. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention, show you what's going on with this. This isn't a joke. This is a serious thing. You can see here, Bluezilla has retweeted this. So they're gearing up. They are straight up gearing up for this. And I want you to pay attention to what's to come, because this is going to waken up all of the Bluezilla team again. Everybody's going to be hyped for Bluezilla. Everybody's going to want to jump in on this AiPad. That's going to bring so many great AI, potentially so many great projects to come. So I'm going to leave it here. If you like this, drop that like, give me a subscribe. Patrons, you saw this first. Become a Patreon. Link is in my info section. Click it. Go for this tier here. They see everything that I'm talking about. It unlocks all my posts. You can see when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm staking, when I'm IDOing. This is an IDO. So I'm dropping IDO alerts to people in this tier here. They can see the whole lot. And they're prepared and they're gearing up and they're getting ready. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you should still have, unless you sold it, we've had Meta VPAD tokens for a while. So you're sitting comfortably with your highest tier right now and just sitting back and waiting for it to come. Same with the game zone, so pay attention to what I'm saying here, because there is going to be incredible opportunities for this to come. Just to show you what the whitelist looks like, AiPad. So to do the whitelisting, is this the whitelisting? You basically just fill in your information. You fill in you put your email address, your MetaMask wallet addresses. Then they're gonna want you to do things like this. Follow AiPad to get 10 spots. Join the AiPad Telegram, 10 spots. Join Bluezilla, you see, 10 spots. Follow Bluezilla, 10 spots. You know what I mean? So that's what you're going to want to do to get this whitelist. But again, the whitelist is going to be limited to how many people can do it. If you want to get guaranteed allocation, this is where you're going to want to come. Just skip the whitelist, grab this, get guaranteed allocation for when you see it launch on these NFTs, launch pads. I'm guessing as well, real quick before I go, BSC pad, which is another massive launch pad. BSC pad is going to be another one that's going to set people up for greatness on this. Let me just see if BSC pad has also tweeted. They don't even have a Twitter. They don't have a Twitter. I thought they had a Twitter. Let me just quickly come over here, see BSC pad, see if they're talking about if they've retweeted it yet about the whole thingy. Because if they have, look straight here, BSC pad retweets AirPad. So AiPad. This is brewing, guys. Do not underestimate this one. I'm going to show you what kind of X gains it does once it's done it, and you'll be shocked. That's all I'm saying. So, guys, thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.